finishing job, and his Raleigh-Durham Skyhawks will take over now with 13:49 left to play in the first half at their own 20. Mark May and company, they've not started with good field position. May has some time, going deep over the middle. CA has it. CA with some room. And hit hard at the 47. Greg Coet. And I mean, Coet has done it all on defense for Sacramento today. 44 yards on the pass reception.
Mark May just airing it out this time. He had 4 receivers going downfield, 2 inside the seams. He looks off a little to the left and hits CA down the middle on the right side. CA, after the catch, is as good as there is in this league. He was the #1 draft pick of Raleigh-Durham, and he shows why he's the #1 pick by making this big play for the first down.
1st and 10 now. Up the middle. That's Doctor. And he fights his way for a tough 3 yards. Sean Knight was there to stop him. Let's take a look at the stats now from the first quarter. Rushing yardage, the surge, those yards came all from Paul Frazier. Frazier carried 5 times for 40 yards. Basically, time of possession going to Raleigh-Durham. Sacramento has had the opportunities. Look at the sidelines and going over some of those photos. Meanwhile, on the field, Mark May throws it away, intended for Bryn Lowry. Paul Soltis was there, the coverage, and those are Polaroids of the different formations coming down from the press box, so that gives you an idea. You can't really tell how hard it's raining, but it is a steady drizzle.
Yeah, those pictures are very helpful to the defense and to the offense as far as what type of formations the two teams are lining up in, and they're trying to make adjustments off those formations, and they take those pictures from these high-level cameras in order to get a good view of everything that's going on down there. And this way they can make the adjustments they have to make on the sideline.
5 defensive backs now in for Sacramento on 3rd and 6. Little flea flicker, a flag on the play. May has some time. He's going up the sidelines. Incomplete. Intended for CA. Great coverage there by Mike Adams, but there's a flag down. Let's sort out the penalty.
We have no foul on the play. 4th down.
All right. No foul. And that'll bring up 4th down and 6, and a look at Clarence CA.
Well, they happen to have man bump and run coverage on the 3rd down play. This is exactly what you want if a team is going to run a flea flicker on you like they did here. And the guy was just tracking him the whole way, and it was a great time to have, like I said, bump and run defense called for a flea flicker. A little surprising to call a flea flicker on 3rd down and 7 at this time in the ball game.
So Raleigh-Durham will try a field goal. It'll be a 50-yarder from Wilson Hoyle, and it's blocked. Nate Hill came up the middle to block the field goal attempt. Let's take another look at it.
That was just a very low kick and came right into the line of scrimmage. Big Nate Hill got that big paw up there and knocked it down.
The call was delay of game. So it nullifies the preceding play. Troy Fonts is on now to punt. Of course, there's no opportunity to decline that penalty since the flag came down before the start of play. Nobody back deep. Coffin corner kick, and it is down. Let's see where they spot it.
Looks like number 41, Richard Smith, making the...
It's called a touchback, and the question here was whether his momentum carried him into the end zone. But it is called a touchback.
It looked to me like he had possession of the ball and he slid into the end zone because of the wet field.
Take a look at the referee down, too. is wet here in Sacramento. Still no score, 11:01 left to play in the first half.
This itchy rash needs special treatment. Maximum strength cortisone 5, with the medicine doctors recommend most, gets under the itch for soothing relief and help in healing. See, the rash is gone. Use cortisone 5 with the medicine doctors recommend most.
When sports cream,
like Fireside Dodge.
Kay Stevenson, the head coach of the Sacramento Surge, and let's go back and take a look at the ball that was downed, and it looked like the knee was down before he went into the end zone. That was Richard Smith, but there is no instant replay in the World League. So Sacramento will take over at the 20. Play action, Bennett throwing underneath, complete to Perry, and he's driven out of bounds after a gain of 9. Sean Woodson with the tackle. Let's take a look at all the teams that Ben Bennett has played for. He was the #1 draft pick of Jacksonville in the USFL. Played in the Arena Football League for the last 3 years. Threw for 5,500 yards and 95 touchdowns. In spite of all of his NFL experience, he has never taken a snap in an NFL game. 2nd and 2. Second man through, that's Frazier trying to go outside and is driven out of bounds just short of the first down by Peyton Samuel. And they like Frazier. Frazier's the kind of guy that small, he's only 5'8", 5'9", but very, very quick.
Well, it's, like I said earlier, he reminds Coach Stevenson a lot of Joe Cribbs. He can make a lot of things happen. He's not real fast, but he's very quick and very elusive. And even though he is a small guy, he has great tackle breaking ability, big legs. He possesses real big size.
Lives in Coushatta, Louisiana. Went to Northwestern State, and that is Rafe Wilkinson. And that would be a big loss for Raleigh Durham because Wilkinson calls the defensive signals and won the training camp award for the outstanding defensive player. And Raleigh Durham only carries 16 defensive players on their roster, so they can't afford to lose too many guys. 1st and 10. Play action. Bennett has some time. Looking for Mel Farr, thrown behind him and incomplete. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Peyton Samuel on the coverage.
Sacramento really doing a good job with the play action pass. That time he had Mel Farr Jr. open, but he just threw the ball a little bit behind him. Ben's not the greatest quarterback on the run. He's more of a pocket passer. That time he got outside on the bootleg, but the ball drifted just a little bit behind Farr.
2nd and 10. The ball just inside the 30-yard line. Troy Stedman is in now at linebacker. Bennett with some time again. Complete there to Perry, who slipped but kept his feet and made the reception. Sean Woodson with the tackle.
Ben's really using Perry a lot out of the backfield. He seems to look downfield and doesn't find anybody, so Perry is his outlet, and he's finding him over in the flat on both sides of the football field, which is a good job by the quarterback coming off his primary and going to his secondary receiver.
Perry with 3 catches so far. 3rd and 5 now from the 35. Straight back. Once again, hitting Frazier this time out of the backfield, and he's close to a first down, driven out of bounds by Sean Woodson.
Well, there's Frazier, that back that can do it all. He shows good hands on this particular play as he runs a little out in the flat. Ben again looks down the field and finds Frazier out in the right flat. Ball a little bit behind him, a little bit wobbly, but he makes the catch and just enough for the first down. Very heads-up play, getting enough yardage for the first down.
Frazier played the '89 season with New Orleans. Gained 83 yards in the season opener against Dallas. So he has a lot of talent. Ben Bennett now 5 of 10. 4 of those completions have come to the running backs. From the 40. Bennett again. And once again to Leon Perry. And Perry out to the 47. Where it'll be 2nd and 4. Ray Jackson from the strong safety position made the tackle.
Well, this is just a little slip screen out to the left. Ben looks off to the right, and watch this block by number 72, John Buddenberg. He really just plows out the linebacker. Perry runs up inside, makes something happen, gets a good yards on first down.
Sam Archer, the wide receiver, to the near side. I formation, 2nd and 3, the 47. Frazier picking his way, trying to find a hole, and stopped at the line of scrimmage. Ray Jackson once again with the tackle. And the middle of that field is really getting muddy.
It really is. The field was in real good condition before the ball game, but because of the amount of rain we've had, it's really taken its toll on the field. Just a great stick there by Jackson, number 47. Frazier was trying to start to the right side and cut back to the left, but Jackson really filled his spot, came up and made the big hit.
3rd and a long 3. Frazier. Nowhere to go outside. A loss of 3. And once again, Jackson was there with the tackle. And that'll bring up 4th and 6 or 7.
Surprising call that time, 3rd and 3, but I guess they thought they could run and get it here. He's forced to go a little bit deeper on the play, and the rest of the pursuit comes led by that man again, number 47, Ray Jackson, who's had an outstanding series here.
So Kendall Trainor's on to punt. First one went 38 yards. Claire CA is back, and it's a short kick.
Looked like it hit one of the Sacramento players in the leg.
The ball's heavy, but I don't think it's quite that heavy. And it's down on the 34. 5:38 left to play in the first half. Still no score. And a USA Network programming note: some students would kill for an A. Pierce Brosnan teaches Murder 101, a USA world premiere movie.
These Polaroids become invaluable as far as making adjustments and making your different decisions on the sideline as to what you're going to run offensively and defensively.
Skyhawks 1st and 10 from their own 34. Daryl McGill in at running back, and the pass goes to McGill, and he's got some running room, and it's driven out of bounds near the first down by Pete Nigerian.
We'll get another little slip screen out to the left, and Ruffin Rodriguez really makes a good block on this particular play.
Gain of 9, driven out of bounds just short of the first down.
Daryl McGill shows good hands, good concentration. There's the block by Ruffin Rodriguez, and he just turns upfield and gets what he can, gets out of bounds. Good gain on first down.
McGill, a 4th-round draft choice out of Wake Forest. 2nd and 1. May to the sidelines, complete for a first down. Marvin Hargrove with the reception. Robert McWright, Sacramento's best cover guy, drove him out of bounds.
Although
Gain of 5 and a first down. I'm sorry.
Although May has the 1 interception, he's really been impressive with me thus far. He's thrown the ball on time, he's thrown it with accuracy, and one ball that was picked off should have been caught as it hit the receiver right in his chest.
4:44 left to play in the first half. The Skyhawks 48. Pitch back to John Burt. And he is hit hard by Sante Sapolo.
Sante Sapolo just knifing down the line of scrimmage that particular time, showing great pursuit to the football and comes up with the big play. He's more known for his play against the pass. He's a great pass rusher, but that time he showed he can also play the run.
Take a look at the cousin of 49er guard Jesse Sapolo. Good job fighting off the block there. 2nd and 12. 4 minutes left to play in the first half. May almost intercepted. Robert McWright. The pass intended for John Birch. 3rd and 11. Numbers on May, 5 of 9, 79 yards. What do you think of these quarterbacks? I actually am pretty impressed considering the conditions.
I really think they're throwing the ball very well under the conditions. They're not able to throw the ball as tight as they'd like to or as hard as they'd like to, but they are putting good touch on the football, and that touch is enabling them to get some completions, especially to their backs out in the flat.
3 wide receivers, a high snap, and May has to scramble, keeps his feet, and lost the ball complete. First down, Andre Johnson. Mike Adams was there to take him out of bounds, but a big play for the Skyhawks. 29-yard gain.
Just a great piece of athletic work here by Mark May. He's got pursued by number 56, Tim Moore, but somehow he gets away and throws a shot on a line right there complete for the first down.
Andre Johnson out of Ferris State.
That was a great job by Andre Johnson, showing that the awareness that his quarterback was in trouble and coming back for the football.
Best drive of the game for Raleigh Durham. This is Birch. Maybe 2. Greg Coet tripped him up. 2:50 left to play in the first half.
Raleigh Durham doing a good job right now of mixing it up, throwing the ball on first down, now running the football. As this game goes on, Mark May seems to get more and more confidence. Hasn't played a whole lot of football, and he's really showing like he's been around for a little while.
Roman Gabriel was inclined, he told us yesterday, to try to open up the offense. But he really wanted to see what Sacramento would give him. May, the short drop. Bobbled and dropped by John Birch. Tim Moore was there.
Well, that time they were trying to run a quick screen out to the left side to Birch, and hopefully the offensive line would get out there up under him. But good job by Tim Moore, as he was in a man coverage and had him man for man right up in his face and didn't allow the offensive lineman to get out there underneath that screen.
That'll bring up 3rd and 8. Tim Moore, one of those real characters who we told you earlier wants to be a bounty hunter, was good friends with Tony Mandridge at Michigan State. And he is a very intense, undersized overachiever. And that is the 2-minute warning, with the Skyhawks threatening. Still no score in Sacramento. The cold and rain hasn't dampened the enthusiasm of the California girls and the fans here in Sacramento. Sold close to 20,000 tickets, and many of the fans have braved the bad weather to come out here as professional football comes to Sacramento.
Well, this community has really gotten behind this football team. They've been starving for a football team here for a long time. They finally got one, and they're showing their support here today.
You saw the current drive by Raleigh Durham. Raleigh with 129 yards in total offense compared to 82 yards for Sacramento, and that reflects the scoreless game.
Surprisingly, only 1 turnover by both teams in this game. It's been a pretty well-played game under the conditions, and especially for these guys only being together for only 1 month.
The holdup, as you look there at Mark May, is the game clock. Is obviously there's not 20 minutes left to play. There's 2. The numbers on Mark May: 6 of 11 for 105 yards and 1 interception. Look there at Roman Gabriel. Brand new league, first day. And as you look at our press box, not all of the bugs worked out quite yet. Nobody expecting the inclement weather, which actually was supposed to be worse. We had reports of hail on the way and high winds. And it's by no means comfortable, but it's not too bad.
Very few penalties in the game thus far, too, Bill. Raleigh has 3 penalties so far, and Sacramento has yet to be penalized. So you have to be impressed by that. Again, only having a month of time to work with each other, these two teams are playing pretty error-free football. I think a lot of that credit has to go to the two coaches, Kay Stevenson, Roman Gabriel, both very conservative coaches, both very good teachers. Roman Gabriel, a disciple of the late George Allen.
And earlier today, the London Monarchs over Frankfurt, 24-11. Stan Gelbaugh with a 97-yard touchdown pass. 3rd and 7. Quick opener to McGill. And he'll be about 3 yards short of the first down. Sean Knight and Saute Sapolo on the tackle. So decision time for Roman Gabriel.
I think he'll go for the field goal here, but maybe not. He's calling a timeout.
I want to think about it. 4th down, and we'll call it 3.
This would be about a 37 to 38 yard field goal. Not a lot of wind,
but with whatever wind there is. 1:40 left to play in Sacramento. No score as we near the end of the first half.
Heartburn. Painless. Who'd have guessed? Pay less.
And while we were away, Wilson Hoyle with a 37-yard field goal. And Raleigh Durham is on the board. They lead 3-0. Let's take another look at it.
He really got a good swing at this ball and got good trajectory on it. That probably would have been good from 47 yards.
Plenty of distance. So with 1:36 left to play in the first half, the first points of the day. Wilson Hoyle out of Wake Forest, and they really like his range. He was the 2nd kicker taken in the draft, but they said he just didn't miss in training camp from inside the 40. Has a range up to about 47 yards. Of course, today with the ball heavier than normal because of all the rain, got to figure that's got to be moved in a little bit, but he had plenty of leg on that kick.
Well, that's what you want in your kicker, more so than a big, strong leg for distance. You want accuracy, and Hoyle has been very accurate thus far throughout their training camp, and he shows right here that accuracy is held up.
And Hoyle will kick off. Elliot Searcy is back deep. Kick. Searcy takes it at the 3. Victor Floyd, rather. Floyd with some running room and brought down at the 30. So Ben Bennett and company with about a minute and a half left to go now in the first half. We'll take over and we'll get a look at the 2-minute offense. Drive, 9 plays, 45 yards. Took 4 minutes and 3 seconds, and a look at the 37-yard field goal.
That was a good hold, too, by Fonts under these conditions. You know, that ball could have got away from him, but he got the ball down and able to hold to get a good stroke at the ball, and 3 points.
From the 29, Bennett with plenty of time and moving around, and that ball was almost picked off by Quentin Riggins. Intended there for Paco Craig, in and out of his hands. Coming up at halftime, we'll show you how the Operation Discovery program worked. As four players on each team have come from the Operation Discovery program, headed by John Ralston, the former head coach at Denver. He toured the world finding international players to play in the New World League. We'll show you how that worked, along with scores and highlights. Draw play. Perry slips, gets to his feet, and gains 3. Troy Stedman with the tackle.
Sacramento trying to catch Raleigh Durham off guard, thinking pass and trying to slip a draw in there, but Perry lost his footing and the play was stopped for a short gain.
3rd and 8. Bennett out of the shotgun. Plenty of time. Goes out to the sidelines. Incomplete, intended for Searcy. And we can only guess now with the clock out how much time is left in the first half. You look at Roman Gabriel, and Roman is thinking about some more points. 56 seconds, we're told, left in the first half. Kendall Traynor, his punt. You see the wing just stand that ball up. And it will roll out of bounds at the Sacramento 46. So Raleigh Durham will have about 54 seconds after the 16-yard punt to get at least another field goal, and Roman knows it.
Where you take the combination of the wind and a very weighted down, wet, heavy football, and there you get the result of very short punt and great field position for the Raleigh Durham Skyhawks.
46 seconds, we are told now, left in the half.
Plenty of time for the Skyhawks to get down in field goal range, and who knows, possibly score a touchdown.
They will start first and 10 from the Sacramento 46.
Raleigh Durham still has 2 timeouts left, so they could mount a drive here.
2 big guns for the Raleigh offense. Once again, Clarence C.A. He's already had 1 long reception today, and Sean Doctor. From the 46, May straight back. Out of, and incomplete, intended for Marvin Hargrove. Robert McWright knocked it away. 2nd and 10.
That ball just kind of hung up a little bit that time on May and enabled McWright to come in there and swat it away at the last second.
Numbers on Mark May, 6 of 12, 105 yards, the 1 interception. The clock is working again. 41 seconds left to go in the first half. 2nd and 10. Hargrove to the near side. CA on the right side, and this is CA on a slant in, and he can't hang on.
Pass intended for number 82, Clarence CA.
Pete Nigerian was there with the coverage along with Mike Adams.
For the 3rd.
Those types of passes are very dangerous in this situation. If they are batted up into the air like that one was, they could be picked off and going the other way for a big turnover. So these are the types of passes, these quick slants, you want to keep low. That way they won't get batted up in the air, especially on a wet day like today.
3rd and 10. 3 wide receivers in. Hargrove alone on the near side, split backs in the backfield. May under pressure, lets it go, and almost intercepted there by Robert McWright, intended for Marvin Hargrove. Nate Hill with the pressure. Take another look at it. 31 seconds left in the first half.
Big Nate Hill, known more for his play against the run, comes through there and really nails one on Mark May there and forces him to throw the ball a little bit high. And I'm sure the coaches have to be very impressed by that. They look for Big Nate to just plug up the run, but there he is getting good pressure on the pass rush.
Fonks from his own 40, and he gets it away. Another short kick. Searcy lets it bounce. It'll be down. That might not have been a good move, down at the 5. 21 seconds left to play in the first half. You got to wonder now, considering the field conditions and 95 yards to go, you got to figure that Sacramento will probably just sit on it and let the half run out.
Well, you're only down 3 points. You are deep in your own territory. There's no reason to take any unnecessary chance down here and get a fumble or maybe an interception by trying to throw a pass. So you might as well down the football, go into the half, regroup, and come back out for the second half.
I think the difference so far is that Sacramento's had a couple of opportunities they were unable to convert. Raleigh Durham basically had 1 opportunity, and they did convert. 1st and 10 from the 5. This is Perry, the fullback. And And he's stacked up at the line of scrimmage. And a timeout.
Raleigh Durham wants that ball back.
Raleigh Durham with 12 seconds left. So you look at Case Stevenson.
Wants to know how many timeouts Raleigh has left.
Listen in.
Others getting far right.
KRXQ 93 Rock invites you to kick off your weekday mornings with Whitey Shorts on 93.7 FM. That's 93 Rock, Sacramento's great rock and roll.
The PA system works here. we couldn't even eavesdrop.
Well, it sounds like they're going to line up in a far formation, which means the backs will be away from the tight end. They're probably just going to run another dive play just to try and run this clock out.
Raleigh Durham with 1 timeout left. Sacramento with 2. Roman Gabriel gathering his offense over there just in case. 2nd and 9 from the 6.
I wouldn't even run a play here. I'd just down the ball. Who knows, you might get a fumble or something.
Bennett hands off. That's Frazier on the outside. And he slips close to the first down. Ray Jackson was there. As the clock runs out, and the first half is history. Raleigh Durham leads it 3-0. Coming up, our Reebok halftime report. Stay with us. More football to come here on USA.
Reebok Halftime Report, brought to you by the greatest sports performance shoe in the world, the Reebok Pump. Pump up and air out. Reporting from New York, here's Diana Nyan.
Welcome, everybody. You know, one of the most compelling aspects of this new league is a concept they call Operation Discovery, whereby each team is required to carry 4 international players on its roster. Well, a man well known to the game of football, John Ralston, was put in charge of Operation Discovery.
For every million population, you're going to have 3 great athletes every year. They're just a lot of people. And with that, there has to be some tremendous athletic talent.
So said by John Ralston, the man in charge of Operation Discovery. Ralston, former head coach of the Denver Broncos and 2-time Rose Bowl champion with Stanford University, had a huge task: to travel all over the world to scout out and convince athletes to try American football. This wasn't his first experience internationally, as last spring, Ralston traveled to the Soviet Union to coach the Moscow Bears. Ralston hit 30 cities in over 16 weeks searching for athletes, most of whom had some football experience, but the most interesting were those who had never played the game but were world-class athletes. In Magdeburg, Germany, Ralston discovered Frank Immelman, a world-renowned sprinter who decided to give football a try.
I don't know really what's going on right now, and to be honest, I'm a little scared about what's going on to get hit, but after 1 or 2 times, I think I can use my speed and run away from the tackler.
We have to show them how to put equipment on. Imagine that the East Germans had never seen a football. When I handed it to them, it was the first time they'd ever touched an American football. So there is a lot of learning that's going to go on.
Things didn't quite fit for the slight Immelman, who decided to stick to sprinting and go home.
You really can't tell about whether or not an athlete like that, even though he's very skilled, will enjoy the violent nature of football. It's not a game for everybody, but those that enjoy body contact, they kind of thrive on American football.
Good! I want to show everybody, I mean, not only the people in my country or in my city or my team or the rest of the teams, just the American guys, you know, that I can play.
Whatever we do, we're going to win, we're going to lose, we're going to tie, we're going to go with 40 people and do the very best that we can for all of them.
Get in there and get to the corner. Let's go, execute out there.
The thing that I like about it is it gave the league some kind of unique identity with this thing, and the point, of course, is to try to spread the good news of American football around the world. And I think that these guys are fairly high-profile guys where they're from, and they also get some publicity for being here, and it'll help.
It's very important to the success of the World League that these 40 ambassadors go back to their country when their experience is over and have something great to say about American football.
Nice job. We got the ball.
I think this will be another way to break down the cultural barriers worldwide instead of just in our country.
All the little kids here in America and Canada that love football, these dreams to be a professional football player or arrive to this level. And thanks to Operation Discovery, I'm finally here.
In its first year, the league includes players from 14 different countries, but the long-term goal here is to have each team filled with a roster of native players. You know, it's not such a wild idea. It could eventually be the Germans against the Canadians. We'll be back with Bill McAtee and Warren Moon in Sacramento.
Back in Sacramento at halftime, Raleigh-Durham Skyhawks lead the Sacramento Surge 3-0. Bill McAtee along with Warren Moon. And, you know, we've been talking about the conditions. I'm actually surprised that we haven't seen more turnovers than we have.
It's been a well-played ball game thus far for the first half, especially under these conditions. Both teams haven't turned the ball over but one time each. There's been very few penalties in the ball game. The big difference is that Sacramento hasn't been able to cash in on their turnover where Raleigh-Durham did and got the field goal.
One of those turnovers was an interception by Greg Coet, who has had an outstanding game from the strong safety position for Sacramento. The pass intended for Clarence C.A., and this was really not Mark May's fault.
Very nicely thrown football, but C.A. just couldn't keep his footing, and the ball hit him in his shoulder pads, bounced in the air, and Greg Coet comes up with the big play, and he made a few big plays in that first half.
Then, of course, the 37-yard field goal by Wilson Hoyle with 1:26 to go in the second quarter, and he got a lot of leg into this one.
He really did, and the coaches have been impressed by his accuracy thus far throughout the training camp, and there he comes through with good accuracy and good distance on that kick.
You know, everybody wanted to know about the players. What was the quality of play going to be like? And it's really kind of been tough to tell because of all the slipping and sliding, but we had a chance to watch him practice, and most of these guys really are pretty solid athletes.
They really are, and the thing that's good is because of this draft, it kept all the teams pretty even as far as talent was concerned. Nobody really has a big edge in talent. It's just a matter, I think, of coaching and execution. And right now, because Raleigh-Durham has executed better, they're ahead 3-0.
Yes, a very close game here in Sacramento, and we'll return to Hughes Stadium as the players come back on the field in just a moment.